Thank you for tuning into this week's episode. COVID-19 presented many unfortunate hardships for the entire world. The National Food Distribution Task Force was appointed by the Prime Minister to ensure food security amid COVID-19. In this episode, the Grand Bahama Food Assistance Program, which is a part of the National Food Distribution Program, partnered with NGOs and were given a mandate to ensure no person goes hungry during this time.
So daily what we do, we allow persons to come. Some come and they are registering to the Grand Bahama feed program, and then some come as well to just collect their checks so that they can go and purchase food supplies. Roughly around anywhere from 300 to say about 1,000 vouchers. I know we would have just gotten a supply of over 1,000 vouchers from the Office of the Prime Minister, and so that is to distribute between all 5 of the Urban Renewal locations. Urban Renewal is happy and proud to be a sponsor and one of the main distribution spots or hubs of the Grand Bahama feeding program. That is really important because Urban Renewal is in the inner communities. We know where the people are at, and a lot of these persons we would have called them personally ourselves because we know them, we're familiar with the persons in the community. And for those that we did not know, we were able to go out and to deliver for the elderly, for those that are disabled and do not have a ride. The Urban Renewal staff has been in the community delivering vouchers and so, this is really important at this time because a lot of persons are not employed. A lot of persons are depending on these vouchers, and so this is very timely. And so people are able to just walk across the street and come and pick up a voucher, or they're able to just walk around the corner. And so the government is doing an awesome job in making sure to provide for persons in this regard, because plenty residents are saying how thankful they are, how grateful they are that they are able to at least be able to get a meal for their families during this crisis times.
Great an initiative to join with them, and because that is what we do here at Red Cross, and so it was no problems for us, and it was well received by the community because they know what we do. And so everyone, that's just taking advantage of it, and we want them to do that. They're calling, leaving their names and what have you, and I would email at the end of the day and say, these persons were here trying to get on the program, they couldn't get on, just so some assistance could be rendered, because we know it's hard. We know it's hard, they're not working, and so they need to eat and feed their family. Great impact to the community. We've had calls from all over because they thought it was a Red Cross initiative, and we told them no, it's a government initiative and we are assisting. Red Cross is the zone that we're in charge of, is the western area, which encompasses 8 Mile Rock, Holmes's Rock and West End. So we've had calls from all over, and they've come. And they come and collect the vouchers from us. But it's a great impact. Persons are really hurting, and they would even call those persons who didn't get through on the line. Weekly, it's like 300 vouchers that we have, and we go through those for the whole week. And so we feel so good about doing it because we know the needs are great out there. Even before the government came in, we have our own programs that we run here. We have a daily Meals on Wheels that we go every day, Monday through Friday, and we deliver to our elderly and shut-ins. And then we have the monthly. We have persons who can prepare it for themselves, and so we give them a monthly passes. We have 25 of those persons that are on our Meals on Wheels. And so, this is nothing new to us. All we did was take on a greater amount. But we continue to go down and to make sure the elderly and those shut-in get their package, because it's a great need right now on Grand Bahama. And so we're just doing our humanitarian job, and that is what Red Cross do. We have vouchers that we distribute daily from 9 to 2 p.m. each day, making sure that those persons in the western area, they get their vouchers so that they can feed their families and themselves.
Well, Hurricane Dorian was very scary and also very devastating. Had 22 persons in this house, including myself, during Hurricane Dorian, and I had to have my whole roof repaired as a result from Hurricane Dorian. And out of the 14 boys that were living here at the time, 8 of them lost their homes and personal belongings back in Abaco. So it was very, very a traumatic experience for us all. But you know, with God, we came through it. And then here comes COVID-19, which really made things a whole lot worse, as far as people were just trying to bounce back and finalize repairs to their homes, trying to get jobs and trying to get their finances and everything back in order. And here comes the COVID shutting down the economy. So it really, really has been a whirlwind and not a good thing as far as Dorian and COVID-19 is concerned. When I got information that I could apply for the food voucher program, it was a very easy process. I went online and filled out the form, and within less than a week, I got a response to say that my form was accepted, and I will be hearing from them very shortly. And about a week later, I got another email, stating that where I can pick up the voucher and what time to pick the voucher up from. And when I went to get the voucher, I got the voucher and it was for $80, which was, very good. And a lot of people may complain and say it's not much, but I am of the opinion that every little bit counts. It's more than what I would have gotten if we didn't have this voucher program offered by our government. So I'm, truly grateful for that. In the 21 years of this ministry, it was the first time that I've ever gotten anything from the government. So I actually wanted to take a picture and frame it, but I went to Sawyer's with it. And it was really good to be able to shop around and, get a lot of things that are really, really necessary.
I consider it to be a pleasure to be able to participate in the government's food program. I see this as a real benefit for me, and it helps me to offset personally what I have been doing as a citizen in the way of helping others. I've seen quite a number of new faces come into my business, and like I said, it does me well because it helps to offset what I have been doing since Dorian and with the COVID in respect to my contributions towards folks with food, hot meals, and accommodations, and in a lot of cases, money. So to be able to participate in the government's food program, where through that I've been able to see an increase in my business, an increase in the business, it helps me now to be of more assistance to more people.
We at Stop and Shop, we're very proud to be a part of this initiative. It shows our partnering with the government and the food program, and it also has our customers confident in our delivering. The National Food Program has been very beneficial to this community and the community of Grand Bahama at large. We're very honored to be one of the selected stores to assist not just our everyday customers, but we've seen people from all over the island. And it's a very timely effort. Unfortunately, we have to resort to this, but the government has stepped in and made it very easy for persons to obtain their vouchers, and they can come in and actually select items that they need instead of opening a parcel that may contain things that they already have or not so much useful to them and their families. So the initiative has been going very well.
I think more persons are far more comfortable with having a voucher, walking into a store and being able to select the items that they want, as opposed to having to just be satisfied with what you have available to me. So from that perspective, it's been a great thing for the public, for the general public, and it certainly has boosted my business, and I do appreciate it. I appreciate the chance to participate in the government program, and I'm sure it has benefited quite a number. As a matter of fact, I would probably venture to say most of the small businesses in Grand Bahama, especially the food business. Through the food drive, we've been able to keep the economy going, and it has also been able to bring some kind of a stabilizing effect to so many homes and families. You know, I find that, from my opinion, when some people might say it isn't sufficient, with the amount of persons involved and who has been getting and who this program has been reaching, it has brought a real stabilizing effect to a lot of families. And through having that stabilizing effect, it only carries on to the point where it makes it that much easier to rebuild when the real rebuild come in or starts. You know, we won't be so far behind because the government has stepped in and did what it had to do to continue or to maintain some kind of a continuity in families, okay, and the overall structure of the communities and what goes on in Grand Bahama, post-Dorian and now COVID.
This is very unique, unfortunately unique. Have gone through a storm as serious as Dorian, and now in the midst of COVID-19. We will have to not just speak it, we'll have to be very resilient in our combat to come back from all of these setbacks.
I'm truly grateful to the program. I think the government is doing a very, very good job. I think they're doing an awesome job as far as the food program is concerned. Knowing what's going on in the economy and what's going on not just in the Bahamas, but globally, I think they're really stepping in and doing a good job to assist the Bahamian people.
I give the government kudos, having stepped up to the plate the way they have, and through what we've been through, situations and conditions that's been unprecedented in the history of this country.
Thank you again for tuning into another episode of Rebuilding Grand Bahama. The Bahamas government remains dedicated to the service of the Bahamian people. We are so pleased to have worked with the NGOs and distribution centers towards a common goal of assisting those in need. So join us again next week as we continue our journey on the reconstruction and renovation of the Rand Memorial Hospital.